Hey team, here's a closer look at our pour from yesterday. The first thing we had to do was square up that big nasty room where we started. The building isn't quite square and our formwork is based off the building, so we can't really go off any edges to start. We have to create our own start point and our own checkpoints. So here's our start point, 28 inches off the start of the building, and we're gonna snap a line and go off of that. That ensures that we're gonna be square all the way over to our next checkpoint, and we don't have to rely on the edges of the building. We just rely on our own layout. Once you get off on this pattern, it's so hard to get back. You kind of got to cheat it over, but it's something you don't want to think about when you're stamping. You don't really have the time. So there we are. We got our big room placed. Now we're screeding down to our drains, and then our screed heights just follow around the drain, and everything contours with the slope. Here's our Cadillac, our 41-inch Cadillac slicker. So great for getting around tight areas. Man, I love that tool. Always want to put poly down. It's impossible not to make a mess. Here I am just setting aside some extra concrete on the one side that we won't be able to get back to later in case we need some for the edges to top up. We poured at quite a wet slump. With calcium, we wanted to make sure that it was an easy pour. You don't want to struggle. If it's too dry when you're pouring, it's going to take longer and it's going to set exponentially faster. And it was windy too blowing in there. So here we are putting our surface retarder in, and then we're both loading that in on the second pass, and that shuts the concrete down. The boys are wiping in the spin float or the rough magnesium float finish there, and I got to get on early. So I got my special moon boots here. We are going to jump on with these, and this is just going to ensure that there's no heel prints and deeper impressions that you're going to notice. So with these, I can kind of cruise over things and just kind of smush my way around because I did have to get on it quite wet. So the stuff in the sun took off like a rocket. So that was stamped before we were even finished placing, I think. But this is Old Yeller. Man, that's my favorite stamp. Old Reliable. I love Old Yeller. Few touch-ups here and there, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect with this stamp. If something looks weird, we just blame the carpenters. Look at that corner. That's how they cut that board? Are they serious? Yeah, it was the carpenters. Dang it. No, all jokes aside, guys, it's meant to look like 100-year-old wood, so if there's any little defects or something like that, it's just character, honestly. It wears really well. It's supposed to look old and dirty. That's kind of how it works. Reclaimed Timber is the name of the stamp. And then here's something that we didn't quite anticipate, but we were ready for it. And the sun started swinging around and it started getting hard at the back end, so we split the crews and we had to stamp from both directions and meet in the middle. And now you may be able to see there that we did line up the stamp pattern with the existing pour that we did the other day, and we're back for sealer today.